Okay, so a quick tutorial on how to make these Easter carrots. I saw the idea on Pinterest and I wanted to make some to sell at a ladies' evening I attended on Friday. Now I made over 50 of these and they sold like hotcakes. They're perfect for Easter egg hunts, and my little boy who's 7, he thinks they're absolutely amazing, so he wants some for his Easter egg hunt that he's having over Easter. Now the concept is a sour cream container, which is not a new idea at all. It's one that's been around for many years, and in fact it's one of the first 3D projects that I made when I first became a demonstrator. But as I know there's a lot of people new onto the crafting scene, I thought I would just do a quick one anyway, just to show you how I made the frilly bits and attached them to the container to give it this carrot look. Okay, so you need to start with a piece of patterned paper. This is Peach Parfait from the In Colour paper stack, and I've cut it to 4.5 by 5.5. You can do it any size you like really, but I found this was best to fit the eggs that I was using to go inside. Now on the reverse side, and excuse the pencil mark because I'm running out of paper to use to demonstrate these, I've put some red tape. I'm using red tape because it fixes very quickly rather than using Tombow, which you'd have to hold together. I need this to put together really quickly. So I've put red tape down the 4.5 inch side, and then a small piece at the top there to the centre, and then at the bottom a small piece in the centre. You can see that okay. Alright, and then I'm going to take off the red backing tape off all of the 3 pieces. And we're going to roll this into a tube. Now actually I'm going to turn it around this way, and my sticky piece is down this side. Roll it into a tube and stick together. Okay, so I've got my tube, and the end where the glue is closest to the seam, which is here, I've got the seam here. You may not be able to see that, but the seam is here, and I'm going to squeeze that together to secure it. Now I'm going to turn it the other way, as you can see how it comes together, and pop my eggs inside. I'm using Cadbury's mini eggs, the cream eggs, and just 3 of them fits in there perfectly, so I'm going to pop them inside. And as I've secured it that way, I'm turning it this way and going to squeeze it together that way. And you have your sour cream container. Now just to add the finishing touches to the sour cream container, I'm going to use my crimper, and I'm literally going to just pop that in there, squeeze it together and turn it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You could actually use a bone folder if you don't have a crimper, or you could just leave it really. You don't have to have this. It just gives an added extra finishing touch to your item. And again, I'm going to do that at the other end. Just pop that in there, if it will stay. It's not going to stay, and then just squeeze it 3 times. No. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, as you can see it's crimped on the edges there. Now I'm just going to take those corners off slightly on all of the ends. And there you have your sour cream container. Right, on to the next bit. Oh, sorry. The next bit, which is the grassy end, or the stalk. What do you call that? Yeah, I think it's a stalk, isn't it? And all I've used here is another piece of pattern paper, and it's cut at 1.5 by 6 inches, and this is Pear Pizzazz, and then fold it in half. And again, run it through your crimper. Again, you don't have to do this, I just like the finishing touches. So I've run that through my crimper. Now I'm going to keep that end as my join piece and just cut into the paper, not all the way, to create those little frilly bits. I'm not doing that very straight, but you get the idea anyway. And once I've done that, I'm then going to curl it that way. And then I'm going to just fold them in slightly. Too much, like that. Okay, so you can see that's going to be a stalky end. The next thing I'm going to do is punch a scallop circle from chocolate chip cardstock. And I'm going to attach that to the back of the scallop circle with a stapler. Now on the reverse side, I'm now going to add 3 dimensionals. And then I attach it to the sour cream container. And as you can see, it's all starting to come together nicely now. Then I will punch a 1 3/8 circle from Whisper White cardstock. And I'm going to take a piece of Blushing Bride patterned paper, and using the Easter Wishes Happy Easter sentiment from the Teeny Tiny Wishes, I'm going to stamp in chocolate chip onto the pattern paper and use the 1 1/4 inch circle punch to punch that out. Using Tombow, I'm going to attach it to the Whisper White. And a few more dimensionals, 2 dimensionals on the back. And then add that to the chocolate chip scallop circle. Now the reason I'm using dimensionals is that because I've got the staple on the chocolate chip, if I just stuck that directly on, the staple shows through the cardstock. It didn't look very neat, so dimensionals just gives it a nice little finishing touch again. And then finally I've got the little tiny punch from the trio. Punch that in Bashful Blue, curl up the ends, add a blob of Tombow, and just to finish it off, I'm going to add one of the rhinestones. And there you go, you have your finished Easter carrot.